Welcome to a place of positivity, community, and fun where anything can happen. It's Tea Telly, and now, here's Maria.
That is right. Here is Maria. How are you tonight? Thanks so much for being here. Sorry for the delay, but here we are, and it's good to see you all here today. And I have an awesome guest tonight, but with me, I am going to have our ever beloved PJ join us to help me welcome our guest. Thank you, PJ, for being here.
Hello.
Sorry.
No, it's my dad. I just got off the phone. Sorry. I just got off
weird.
the phone because we were coordinating with our guest. So we have a special show for you tonight. Totally original content from our community. I think this comic is a great success, and I've been literally waiting for years to talk to Dinale about his finished product. So I think it's great that you're doing this, Maria. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. Been talking with Dinale and George Peter Gass's channel, and got to know him there, and was blown away by his awesome work. So let's bring him on and have you all meet him. And thanks so much for being here. You're on mute, by the way. Just make sure I take a go.
Hey, Dinale.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's an honor to have you with us.
Yeah, it's been a long road. One of my first interviews was with PJ way back when his channel was a wee small channel. Growing, watering it.
You mean he wasn't born into a big channel? It just, wow.
Hard work. They only see the big success. They don't see the hours that PJ put in the channell.
Well, I appreciate it. It's still tiny though. But
I keep telling him I wish I was as tiny as he is.
Yeah, you just keep saying that while you blow by us all.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll just like Peter, like George and me and everybody else. We're just going to be looking at your coattails there.
Whatever. You know what? What makes this a success is guests like I have here, where we broadcast their talents, show everybody what they have, and people love to see what's going on. So that's what helps me, and I love doing this. Hey, to everybody in the chat who has been here saying hello. Miss Alicia, thank you for helping me. And Louise, thank you so much. Good to see you as always. Hey, PJ, nice to see you there. Vasco, hey, how are you? Hola, ¿cómo estás? Qué bueno verte. And TJ, good to have you. Good to see you here. Our author TJ in the house, and Dr. O in the house as well. Connie, always good to have you here as well. And everybody saying hello to you too, PJ.
If you guys could, if everybody in the chat could just take a minute and share the link out, that's probably the best help you can give one of your favorite YouTubers, and of course Maria, who's your absolute favorite YouTuber.
Whatever. They're always telling me every time PJ's the best. And
can I see what you're drinking out of? 1 second.
Oh yeah, my
a Tea Telly jar. That's great. That looks cool. I'm gonna
my mason jar. Drinking water. Pure water. Whoo! It's cold. It's cold. Yes. So I'm excited to have you here again to bring us this Immortal Mask. And for those who have no idea, tell us about it.
Well, it's in the vein of the old pulp series, Golden Age comic books. The styles and everything. There was a specific design and specific feeling that I wanted to bring back. People kept saying, we don't like the direction of the comics are going. We didn't like how they're moving things along with the storylines. And I was one of those people. And a lot of the creators on Twitters and others say, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Or if you don't like it, why don't you make your own comic book? So I ended up saying, okay, I will make my own comic book. And one of the first images I released was with PJ on Orville Nation, and this is one of the piece that I show off to him, which a lot of people thought was a Golden Age character that I just repurposed, and which is a great compliment, meaning that I hit the mark bullseye with that feeling that they expect that this is a Golden Age, a Golden Age character, and it's not. It's wholly original, completely mine 100%. In the story of the Immortal Mask, like all Golden Age stories, is dealing with an artifact, and the artifact is the mask, which is ancient, beyond ancient, mystical mask, basically, and it travels, from where to where to the 1970, where this story in particular takes place. And it's a 1970 a superhero crime noir adventure that follows a retired soldier, Benji, down on his luck, who is given a Covenant interview with a death row inmate. And what he learns from that interview will thrust him into Atlanta's shadowy underworld, where he'll have to utilize all of his military training to survive from being hunted for the information that could topple the most powerful ruling class in the city. So this is what the story is. If you think of the Bourne Identity, the Winter Soldier, if you think of 3 Days of Kongor, that's kind of the feeling I'm going with that, with the Golden Age pulpy vibe of it as well. And yes, it took about 3 years for me to develop this story and to create the art. I didn't campaign for this. I actually paid all of my artists up front out of my own money. And
that's right.
Yeah. So, and basically it's now on sale on my direct store. I'm not doing a campaign because I don't need a campaign to sell my own stuff. It's already prepaid. So I'm not worried about being quote unquote shadow banned. I'm not worried about, other platform having issues with my content, because it's my own platform and I don't have to worry about it.
And delivering a product that's already finished, right?
Correct. And
a lot of creators don't come through in the end when they do crowdfunding.
Correct. And this is Z, one of the first images as well.
Wow.
The heroine counterpart in the story. And
I love the feel of that. The art is amazing.
Yes. We have, let me see, I can share my screen.
Okay.
To my direct store. And as you can see, I have, because I'm so confident, I released the first 10 pages. This is a black and white story, and it has that very pulpy feeling to it. So if you want to try it out and check it out, then you can read the first 10 pages. And if you're interested, you can go and get a book 1, 2, and 3. So I'm not releasing just one book. I'm releasing 3 books.
Wow.
Each of them 48 pages, over 130 pages of story density.
Wow.
So it's basically, there's only like 2 pages that are full spread out of all of those books. Only 2 pages. And the rest, you're seeing about 6 to 9 panels per page. And then it's being delivered by Critical Blast Logistics. We asked about 2 to 3 weeks. And the fastest we have from our customers been 3 days.
Wow.
So we're very fast. And all the price that you see right here is including shipping. everything's included. It's one cost. There's no, taxes or whatever. No, everything's included. It's the price.
Nice.
It's the price you pay. And if you want all 3 books, it comes out $50 for book 1, 2, and 3, and international for $70, book 1, 2, and 3.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
Yep.
When did that get released?
It got released in August, and I've been going slow with the advertisement because I still have a full-time job. And
one of those.
Yeah, one of those. But every chance that I get, I try to advertise it. I usually advertise mostly when I'm co-hosting with George Peter Gatz's on the channel, doing the Joe King's Adventure Hour, where we make fun of the news at 10 p.m. Eastern, Sunday through Thursday, and then movie roastings at Fridays and Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern, followed by the news. So we stream every day, and we're always promoting the Immortal Mask on the stream as well. And I've been going around some streams to promote the book as well. So right now we're in the ramping up stage of, promoting as well. We have a trailer made by George with the Immortal Mask, and it's here, set, ready to go.
A trailer, that would be fun to see.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to close this out because StreamYards, if you don't click the little click that says provide audios, it always
been there.
It always say we don't hear anything. Let me see.
G-Force, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Cool.
Good to see you. Oh, ready for me to add it? I need to add it to the stream, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
And let me know if you hear the sound. Otherwise, I'll just have to do it again.
We're not hearing it.
Okay.
The sound.
I'm not sure. Is it moving? Or...
Is it moving? Yeah. Let me see. Let me stop that. Yeah. There you go. All right. Clear. And let me go back here. All right.
That is a fantastic trailer. Wow.
That was great.
Thank you.
That's awesome. It's very professional.
Awesome. I really like this character.
Yeah. So a lot of old school method, old school storytelling that was put into the story. So, and I think it's a lot of fun. Everybody who's been reading it has been enjoying it.
I bet.
Yeah.
I like the old school ones. As a matter of fact, I've been kind of hoping that they make a nice comeback because those are the ones that we all fell in love with at first. And I know that it's great to to change and to evolve, but I still like going back to the old school style. Those are my faves.
Yeah. No, there's. I mean, it's the same thing that we always go back to the well that we are aware of, and that well, the ancients did it with their heroes, which were the demigods like Hercules, Pegasus, um, the Zeus, those were the superheroes of the ancient times. These are the modern day, gods and demigods that we face. So there's always something mythological that we're always striving for, something that shows a better aspects or the worst aspects of humanity. And it's something that, if it isn't broken, don't don't try to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem with a lot of recent works is that they're not focused on the story, they're more focused on the message.
Mm-hmm.
Where, you know, people don't care to be pandered to or care to be told what to do. They like the story and they get the message through the stories. And my way is learning the craft, doing it the way it used to be done, and presenting it. And like I said, everybody's been enjoying the books. Every customer has been saying, "This has been good." You know, I enjoy the story for what it is. There was nothing, pandering. There was action. There was drama. It was very good.
What about this? Who? Oh, sorry, Maria. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
The artist is under non-disclosure agreement. They were very polite in giving me a discount as long as I didn't mention their names or anything.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
and that's yeah. So Denali's been able to work with some very high quality artists, and because of other work they may have,
yes.
that maybe, who knows? They may have exclusive contracts, so that they that's why that's why they do the NDA with Denali.
Yeah. I wanted their art, not their names. I want my name to stand out. So I'm grateful for the artist to afford me that opportunity, and I don't want to disabuse their.
Oh
type.
yeah, absolutely.
And yes, the car is a Chevelle. So
nice, very nice.
And we did it in the style of the old Spider-Man, John Romita Sr. style, newspaper formats. If people would be aware of that, so
It's cool.
everything is old school. So the art in the background is actually art that's inside the book. So you're even seeing the actual art. So you have Benji in book 1, you have Z in book 2, and then you have them in book 3 together. Who are your inspiration for the mask design? It looks like a luchador mask, but some elements of metal fridges are cool. These are actually not a luchador mask. This is more of ancient civilization, Egyptian style basis. So I actually pulled out from ancient civilization, mostly from Egypt, going in there. So
That's awesome.
yeah, even the eyes green were Egyptian inspired as well.
What type of character is the Immortal Mask? What character features does he have? What is he specialize in? Things like that.
Well, each Immortal Mask wearer has their own specialty. For Benji, he's a former military soldier, Vietnam vet. He's a reporter, and he's learning the skills of what it means to be the Immortal Mask. And the Immortal Mask imbues its wearer with certain powers and ability that he has no conscious awareness of. So the readers are learning as he's learning what those powers are. And he has to utilize, he thinks it's just a mask, not realizing the significance of what it is.
Mhm.
So, and then and you'll see within the story how some of that powers are imbued and how it's used for interesting effects.
That's fun. I like that. What are they? Who are the main characters on these?
So the two main protagonists are Benji, who's wearing the Immortal Mask. He's the one who is thrust into the story, and connecting to him is Z, mysterious girl who is looking for her for answers on her own, and together they're thrust into this wild situation that they have to survive, helping each other.
She looks like she has a little sass to her.
No nonsense, girl.
Real quick, Dr. Adega is in the house.
Hello, there you go.
Good to have you here.
There's a lot of authors in the house today.
There are.
Wow, we're privileged to have such a look at. I mean, our panel and our chat is just brimming with talent.
Plethora of authors. That's awesome.
And
I'm hoping some of the talents from all these people rub off on me.
Speaking about talent,
oh my gosh,
this Andy,
Mr. Masterson, Mr. Talent himself.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Masterson gonna sometime create the Immortal Mask, right? That'd be awesome. No pressure. I'm just kidding. So
yeah, Andy says he really likes the clean lines on the I think on the artwork. That's
yes,
what he's referring to.
Yes, I know that there's a lot of artist styles that has very fast and loose with the lines, but if we're going old school, I think the clean lines are best. There's something I feel, in my opinion, more confidence. Your confidence in your work when you're clean line, because then the reader is able to clearly judge, read the story and read the art, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I do appreciate that, Dinale, as well.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, when we started talking to Dinale literally like 2.5 years ago,
mm-hmm.
He has had a very clear vision of this from the start. And I think it's a fine example to any creative entrepreneur that Dinale had such a clear vision from the beginning. I think it's going to bring you success, and I think it's produced a product that is very high quality, and I commend you on your clarity of vision, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I had it's not just the writing, but the approval of the art. The artist didn't create anything. Anything that seems like they created, I would ask them to remove it or it be removed, and only interpret what I've written in my script.
How go finish your thought? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
How difficult? I mean, I know you've really put literally years into this.
Mm-hmm.
How difficult was it for the artist to get everything you had in your head? Was it complicated? Was the artist on the nose most of the time, or
the artist that we ended up working with on this project and creating this was mostly on the nose almost 100% of the time. There's some things that he couldn't visualize correctly, and I had to add further clarities or show exactly what I wanted, and then he would get it afterward. But almost 90 to 95% of the time he was spot on, because that's how clean my work was for the script. That he was able to visualize what I was wanting on the page. And the only constraints that I asked him to do was, keep it within the borders. Don't draw out of the page, and just adapt what I've wrote. Outside of that, they had free range to interpret and adapt my work into the art.
excellent?
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So and then every page I would comb through it, look at it, approve it, and then move on to the next page.
Let me ask you this question, Denali. You've because of the trend right now in entertainment is that you need an established product, even if it's a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be happy to see your work put on screen in some fashion?
Eventually, good stories always wants to be retold, and being in a movie, that would be awesome. It lends itself to being a movie as well. This really, a producer could look at this book and say, "We need to do a storyboard." Well, here's the storyboard.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
producer would need a script. Here's the script. A producer would need, anything that they would need. It lends itself to into a visual format as well.
Mhm.
It's all there. That's how I projected it in my mind. I made a movie in my head, wrote it down, and had the artist storyboard my movie into the story, so to speak, and made the comic book like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this. I'm definitely have to get one. Any merch for it that you're working on? For
Yeah,
those who are falling in love with the
I do have
characters?
a street Teesprings store, which it's in the bottom of my direct store, which is it's a little flag on the bottom where you click on it, and it has T-shirts and coffee mug and posters, as well. If you want to, I guess
Very
Yeah,
nice.
I will find it.
it's click here.
Wait. Oh, are you putting in the link, Denali?
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, it's like I said, it's in the.
Private chat.
I'll put it in the private chat as well.
Oh, is it a DM? Did you DM it?
It's right on the
So right here on the direct store,
Oh,
right here, you can
I
just click
see.
on that.
I'll put in
But
that link.
the link would pop up. You have the Immortal Mask poster, mugs, shirt,
wow.
sweater, sticker in there.
Nice.
And as it continues to evolve, I'll update it with more different types of merch um, going on. There you go. Takes a moment. Pillows, towels in there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Is anybody trying to do a physical replica of the mask at this point?
Pardon?
Is anyone trying to do the physical replica of the mask to do a physical mask?
An Immortal Mask mask for cosplay. Right now, not particularly, but it's in a pipeline to work on in the future. You can only do so much with so little. My pockets is only that big. But the more people buy, the more I'm able to expand and work faster on those projects. So it's planned. I just have to get the funding for it.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it'd be awesome to see him so we can see the green eyes light up and everything.
Yeah. Because the mask does lend itself to be worn as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the costume is simple enough that, you can, as long as you have the mask and you wear a costume, there's the Immortal Mask there. Simple.
That would be really cool. And I could see who knows, maybe next Halloween you have people walking around with Immortal Masks on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Because nothing is more exciting than to see the page come to life and then have
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's best about it is that, this is an original property, meaning that I've gone to the Library of Congress and got a copyright, but also have trademarked this. So it's a register R to this. So this is federal. They looked at it and say, yes, it's an original thing. So if people say there's never an original character, an original story, or whatever, here's your evidence otherwise.
That's awesome. That's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of work. So I can only imagine the feeling of seeing it like ready to be sold and people buying it and stuff. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. I'm always excited.
Like other authors here that we have, and ask them what it's like to get their box full of their merchandise and open it and get it out there.
Yeah.
That's
It's a how do you say?
surreal.
It's just a real feeling because what was in your mind for so long becomes a tangible object that other people will appreciate and enjoy for years to come. And that's something that it becomes strange because it's been with you so long that other people are able to enjoy that you've been working on for so long. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. The only thing I can create that I can enjoy like that is food, but it didn't stick around too long. That's about the only. This is so cool. I'm definitely gonna have to grab some because it gives me that feeling of nostalgia when I look at it, and I love that feeling. Even as a young gal, I was a complete kind of like I was kind of tongue girlish, and I spent my time reading these comic books as opposed to combing Barbie dolls and stuff. And this is the kind of the feeling it takes me back to at the time I enjoyed it, and I think people need that nowadays. So
yeah, feel happy.
Yeah, it is that
you know,
happy feeling.
And that's one of the things I aim for is, why do you have to be mad about stuff? I see a lot of on Twitter, social media, it's YouTube. A lot of people are angry about stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was angry about it, but then I realized I have no control over those properties.
Right.
So why am I going to fuel myself with anger that I can't do anything about?
Right.
So I channeled that anger that I had years ago into positivity and push all my energy into creating something that makes me happy. And this is the outcome. This made me happy.
Yeah, let me just say that Dinale was one of the first people in our community to stop complaining and put his money where his mouth was, and really take action. Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope that catches on as well. Um, to kind of tune out those negative voices, and with everything going on nowadays, that's what we need. And that's why PJ and why we keep our channels this way. The only way to make ourselves happy is to spread that with others, and this is your way of doing it, your Zen way of doing it, to bring positivity out. And I hope it catches. I hope people.
Yeah.
And let me just say, we do have other people like Adega and TJ, other creators who have not stood by and been passive about things. So they've been very active.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think the recent years has spurred us to become creators. There's always a generational shift where people either lay down or stand up. the last generational shift, so to speak, was back in the late 60s, early 70s. You know, before, if everybody talks about George Lucas and Francis Coppola and Steven Spielberg, the only difference were they were people in the right time in the right place, and they had a vision of what they were doing, of what they wanted. You know, they grew up with the old school stuff, and they wanted to present that happiness, you know, to the people. And at that time, we were having similar situation. If you remember the oil crisis and, you know, inflation, people losing their jobs and all this crazy stuff, and then now we're in the same situation of the oil crisis, war. It's like deja vu all over again. You know, it took us about 40 years to get back to where we started then.
Yeah,
And
I'm kidding.
and again, we're stepping up to present things that makes us happy. And that's what I'm offering you. You know, story that makes you happy. I want you to read the story. I want you to enjoy the story. And I want you to, you know, when you put the book down, I don't want you to be leaving angry. I want you to be excited for the next story.
Yeah.
That was my ultimate goal. Like I mentioned to PJ in the first interview, I wrote, you know, 10 volumes worth of stories. And, you know, this is just the tip of the iceberg of these 3 books. There's more and more stories in the pipeline, you know, that I'm slowly working on. And like I mentioned before, the more that people buy and the more that people are exposed to the Immortal Mask, the faster I can bring out these stories.
So what
I
is
think
what?
it'll catch.
Go ahead, Maria. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I think it'll catch on.
What's your vision moving forward for the progress of this franchise that you're creating, Dinale?
Right now is building what I have, like I mentioned before with you, PJ. I'm laying down the foundation one brick at a time. My goal is to continue building on more. You know, I have a lot of merchandise ideas in there, but I'm focused on the story, and that's always the important stuff. Part of it, and always improving the crafts and taking the feedback from those customers that have bought my book, and you know, I'm always open to feedback, and they're very. I'm always happy to hear that and incorporate those feedback, to be aware of, you know, they don't mention anything about the story, but they mention about their feelings about it, and you say, okay, I'm doing good. It's like a comedian, you know, what jokes are hitting more, I'll tell more of those jokes. What jokes are not hitting, I'll tell less of those jokes. You know, refining my craft, and that's how you do it. You know, and with the comic books, there's a visual component to it. What aspects of the arts are hitting, and what aspects of the art is not quite so hitting, and focus on improving those. Same way with dialogues. You know, I'm never conform to just saying, okay, this is good enough. It's how can I exceed myself in the next book, and that's what I'm focused on right now. How I finished these 3, now I'm looking for the next 3, and how can I outdo myself in the next one.
That's always a big challenge. But I really envy those who have that vision, started out as an idea, or even just, you know, something that you didn't even realize was going to be just something like, hey, I have this thing, this story, and you're jotting it down. And from there it evolves and evolves to where like TJ, like Adega, like those authors in our streaming, including yourself, that when you have that finished product, because of everything and all the sacrifice and the blood, sweat, and tears that all went into it, you did it. It encourages those who have the same ideas of wanting to create and thinking they're never going to get there, to show them, yeah, it can be done. Because before, there wasn't that opportunity. I don't think. I think it was more difficult for people to get anywhere if they wanted to create something, they had to go to somebody and get that permission and have them say, yeah, we like it. This I like, the word indie, the idea that it's your stuff. You create it the way you want it to. It's interpreted the way you want it to be, and nobody can change that for you. And that is a very powerful tool to have.
Well, one thing I would want to make everybody aware, everybody started as an indie, even Disney, Marvel, and DC.
Mm-hmm.
Before they became institution, they were just people who had an idea and had a vision for it. Disney, was bankrupt 3 times. Their original work, was lost to them before he came up upon Mickey Mouse and became a success, a global success. Same way with Marvel and DC. They were the times, and they survived, and they became a juggernaut because of the talents that they had. Mm-hmm. Same with DC. The strength of their characters, the movies that they've done, all awareness.
That's true.
So everybody started as indie. It's just that we see the successful indies, which are now they're institutional. But like I said 2 years ago, we're back in the golden age of indie creators. We don't have to be asking for anybody else's permission to do it. We have the tools and we have the knowledge, and we can do it ourselves. And
yes.
And going back to it with the Immortal Mask, and that's the mantra that came. It's like everybody's an indie, some are bigger than others.
Dinale, considering some of the circles you run with, let's just say that.
Mm-hmm.
Any chance of an action figure?
It's the idea is there.
Yeah.
The idea is always there. It lends itself to having an action figure.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like always, what you want to do and what you can do. It's always a battle between those two. But I think, I'm persistent enough. Something like that will develop in the future. But for right now, it's an idea that's squarely lodged in my head.
Okay. Wow. I by the way, I was just looking before, and Dinale's been on my channel 3 times talking about the Immortal Mask.
Oh wow.
And it's so satisfying to actually be here and watch it come to life, Dinale.
Wow, PJ, you got the privilege of watching it grow from the very beginning. That's awesome.
Yeah. Dinale, never sign your rights away to the Immortal Mask.
Never ever.
What would you do? What would you do if Disney comes and says we're going to give you $20 million for the Immortal Mask? What would you do?
I'd counter offer. It's like, why don't you just sell me your company to me, and I'll make it even worth more.
Yeah.
I think I answered. I remember answering the question that one of my goals was buying Disney.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, if that's your goal, we got to get busy moving this around.
Yeah. We got a lot of work to do.
Because you know why? You know why that's great, PJ? Because if I buy Disney, then I can make more Orville episodes.
There you go. Yeah, one of the big things that Seth is probably up against right now is not that they don't want to renew the Orville, but will they give him the money he needs to do the quality he wants? That's probably one of the big questions, right? So,
I think that's with all the sync and bad investment they've seen, having a creator like Seth MacFarlane, give him the money, give him the quality work. It'll pay dividends because you know why? Because the Blu-rays, the action figure. I'm surprised there's no Orville Nations action figures or merchandise.
Yeah, you guys, people like you get me into trouble calling the Orville Nation. Dinale.
I know, but it's great. You know,
I'm just kidding.
PJ, I'm surprised that the Orville producers didn't coin and get Orville Nations up front. That's amazing branding right there. You know, they should have been saying the official Orville Nation. Boom.
Well, who never know? You never know. We could always be in talks. Who knows? Dr. O asks, so why can't the poor guy rest?
Because the poor guy who rests never becomes the rich guy.
I think the
He's talking about the math.
Immortal Mask, there's no rest.
Oh, because there's always crime to be fought. You can never rest. You know, there's no rest for the Immortal Mask. There's
Any similarities to Batman in his character, in the persona?
Not that I'm aware of. You know, like I said, I drew it from the Golden Age, inspiration from the Golden Age. So if people sees Batman in there, you know, that makes you happy, and I'm happy with that compliment of hey, this feels like Batman. I'm like, fantastic. That makes you happy. I'm glad that my character makes you happy, and you see Batman in there.
Yeah, and by the way, we lost a gentleman who played Batman today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and Kevin
Conroy. Yes,
and so rest in peace, Kevin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we are gonna miss that voice of his, the authentic, the only Batman. With that relatable, actionable PJ.
Thank you, Dr. O. Dr. O, he's always looking out for us.
Yes.
By the way, I just want to remind everybody that Maria has wonderful merch as well. Can you hold that up again, Maria? Your Tea Telly stuff.
My Tea Telly.
And so when you guys are thinking about the holidays, you know, this is a great time before the shopping's about to begin for the holidays. You know, people like my wife have already started shopping. Think about Dinale, the Immortal Mask. Think about Tea Telly, and you guys, shop in the community for the holidays.
Yeah, drink some Tea and Telly while you're reading the Immortal Mask.
Well, as a matter of fact, this is the first Tea and Telly edition artwork.
Oh,
for a Yitza.
Hold on. Let me.
So this is a Yitza artwork. So that was the when I started out with, and it has evolved, and I'll keep that as well since that is the first edition. The second edition is my new one. This is the new one up in the corner that you see here. Just came out, hot off the press today, from artist Anna.
Before you show it, I want to answer Dr. Omega. Yes, we do have some cool summer wear for Orville Nation, and you're looking here on the screen at one of our models for that bikini.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get into an Orville Nation swimwear later. But that one that you see in the corner of this screen is the new one, hot off the press. Anna made that. Anna I can never see her last name.
Folkenstahl. That's actually not her last name. That's actually her brand.
Yeah, okay, her brand.
I just call her Anna Folkenstahl so everybody kind of knows who she is.
Yeah, exactly. So that one just came out today. The one that I had previous was the Lady Vampira version. And now this here is what PJ's talking about here.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody's seen that.
The Orville Nation bikini. And so, but yeah, as a matter of fact, I think we had somebody I saw on Twitter that bought some merch from you, PJ, and from me, some of my stickers and stuff. So, support your YouTubers, support your artists. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely. Support your local businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, I thought you were going to show something else.
Oh, I was showing him on the top corner of this screen. You see where
the
next to my
logo.
head?
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's the new one.
Okay, I thought it was a piece of merch. Sorry.
That matches. Yeah, she did a great job on that, and so I'll be updating that. And let's see, it's a question mark. Oh, huh. If they had my size, but yeah. So lots of fun. Here's the artwork for it.
Loving that artwork.
Yeah, this is just Tea Telly, and so that yeah, I'm excited about it. And
Very nice.
thanks for bringing that up. So I'm gonna have to definitely get one. That is a good deal to get all three of those.
Mm-hmm. And it comes with a bonus story at the beginning each book.
Thank you for the compliments, everybody. Dinale, before we wrap up,
sure.
Tell us again the offer.
All right.
Or explain it to everybody.
Absolutely. So this is the Immortal Mask. I didn't release one book or two books. I released 3 books. Each of them are 48 pages each with goodies, extras in the back, and an additional story at the beginning of each book. And you see some behind the scenes stuff as well. You can get book 1, 2, or 3 individually for $20, or you can get them in the U.S. only $50, and that includes shipping and handling and everything. Or if you're international, you can get it for $70. So basically, I think it's a good deal, and you're getting over 130 pages of story density.
And let me just remind everybody that Dinale, I'm not sure if Dinale is going to actually join us, but Sunday night we're doing a movie, classic sci-fi movie on Orville Nation. Mm-hmm. And our sponsor, of course, is the Immortal Mask.
Of course I'm going to be joining.
Okay, I didn't want to speak for you.
No, I'm joining. Movie roastings in my wheelhouse.
Okay. Maria had to step away for a sec, but
no.
But so Dinale,
yeah.
Dude, you have no idea how excited this is. I'm so excited for you, for DJ, for Adega, mm-hmm. Especially people like you and Adega who I've been following for years. Every time you guys put something out, it's such satisfaction I feel for you and for the community, and the potential for people like you, Adega, TJ, the potential is limitless with your projects. I really think that it's important when you get this out there, as far as we get all these projects out there, mm-hmm. Because you guys have the potential to go, to the stars.
Absolutely. I'm my own boss in this case, and I sign off with all my creation. I don't have to, create with a committee. It's basically, here's my story, interpret, be my hands and fingers, interpret my story.
That's awesome. So excited for you guys. And it's been such an honor to have you. Can't wait to catch up with you later once mm-hmm. you do get the action figure, and then all of a sudden announce, guess what? We're going to put this in a movie. So I think it is going to be, I know it's going to be big. It's going to be big. And what makes it that way is us sharing, getting it out there for each other, supporting each other. So that's where it starts. And so it's up to us to get it out there for everybody. So
let me ask one more question, Maria. Dinale, if you had to pick an actor mm-hmm. to play you can give us a couple choices if you want. It's up to you. But if you had to pick an actor to play the character, or even the main characters in the Immortal Mask, who would you pick?
That's kind of hard to think. Wow. Depending. I mean, he's an older gentleman now, but if he was young, I would pick. I would say Christopher Reeve.
Wow.
You know? Yeah.
Nice.
Christopher Reeve.
I was gonna say, let's get Scott Grimes.
That's an interesting choice. Why Christopher Reeve?
Because he has that gravitas. He has that charisma, that natural charisma. He doesn't have to showcase that he's strong. He just infers it with his body language.
Mhm.
That's true.
A lot of actors these days, they're aggressive. They have the angry face.
Mhm.
Reeve has that quiet presence. He just looks at you, and you can tell. He can handle you, so to speak.
Yeah.
And what about the female protagonist?
Female protagonist.
If you had to pick,
Let me see. Wow. Let me see.
I'm really putting you on the spot here.
I know. I never really thought about it, to be honest. I was so focused just finishing that, it's. Let me see.
That would be a tough one.
Yeah, it would be a tough one. There's a lot of amazing actress,
Yeah.
actors, that it would be kind of hard. It's kind of like asking, who would you cast for Princess Leia if you didn't know Carrie Fisher?
Yeah.
I know.
The right person might still be the right person if a project ever comes to light.
Yeah,
The right person may be still unknown, right?
exactly.
No, I'm just
It would.
I'm sure Dinale will write you in. Maria's a failed actress. I'm just kidding. She's not failed. She's in pause.
I see.
Right. Yeah, he'll put me on cleaning the tables.
Cleaning the tables.
Just kidding. No, that's awesome. I guess PJ is asking these questions because this is the vision that he sees. This is the vision we see. So it's a compliment.
This is an established brand already. Just like Adega's books and TJ's books. Like you have an established brand already. This is the kind of stuff they're looking for, because they don't want the studios don't want anybody coming to them with projects that don't have some form of established content.
Right.
Nope, it's established. I have the lore. Would you consider an audio drama version of the Immortal Mask? Yeah, I would. And
really, that's interesting.
It lends itself. I have a script that reads off.
It does lend itself.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
I was thinking that too, and give it that sound of that.
Yeah.
I can hear it already. So
yeah. The continuing adventures of the Immortal Mask.
Yes.
There's no rest for the Immortal Mask. Brought to you by Orville Nations. Make sure you buy your Dakota rings.
Yes.
Seth MacFarlane will renew the Orville.
Nice. Very good.
But yeah, no, I know that for the movie aspects, and I do appreciate the compliments. I deeply do, because it shows that you're very excited for it. The actors that the studio have in mind and the creative forces are always, in that lockstep, and they have to compromise for it. I would say that I think we should never limit ourselves to just known actors, but always be open to unknown actors, because you'll never know when an unknown actor will have that gravitas. and they need that, one break, and that, who knows, the Immortal Mask could be that one break for them.
You know who came to my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and this is because by the way, the Dark Matter show that we reviewed with Stargate executive producer and creator of Dark Matter, Joe Malazzi, that comes from a comic book. Dark Matter was a comic book, and the actor comes to mind for Immortal Mask. To me, I could see somebody like Anthony Lemke, who plays 3 in Dark Matter as the Immortal Mask. But anyway, that's just throwing that out there. But, we are excited. You can tell how we're excited. We're just like just going crazy here with speculation.
It is exciting.
That's the best part. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm grateful for that. It shows that the hard work is bearing fruits, because you're interested and you're theorizing and you're considering, who do you want to be? And everybody has their different things. I learned from other creators and other authors not really to give those type of answer, because it's this is canon from the word of the creator, So what I would say then, it would be an actor that would imbue the quality of the character that I would be looking for, not, and if that actor is there and is able to do it, then that's the one we choose. The physique, if there's a physical trait that has to be part of the character, we do this. The greatest example would be, Jack Reacher, when they hired Tom Cruise. Yes, Tom Cruise was great in that role as Jack Reacher, but if you look at the Amazon version, that is Jack Reacher, that actor that portrayed who played Aquaman in Smallville. And he manifests that quality that the author was looking for, but didn't know it. Will never say, "Hey, I want this guy." And that's always the case.
And let me just say, we have more authors, even the Writer brothers in the house too. Writer brothers.
Hello.
Yeah. It's a night of authors.
You can always say, disclaimer: canon is fluid. Future unknown is it. As Yoda would say.
Yeah, can you imagine all the talent we have in here just coming together to create one big, massive something? That'd be great. But oh my gosh, it's been so fun. So you're going to be on with George on PJ's Sunday, right? That we just
Sunday evening. We're going to have the Immortal Mask is the sponsor for Sunday evening's classic sci-fi experience. We're going to do a classic sci-fi movie, and of course the masters of roasting old movies, George and Dinale, will be with us.
Yep,
that's awesome. Well, I had fun. I hope you did.
Oh, I had always fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And everybody who's
great pleasure to have you, Dinale.
Yeah, it is a great pleasure, and excited to see what else you have coming up. And in the meantime, I'll be grabbing that and waiting in anticipation for the next one. And why do I keep trying to do stuff without my glasses? Because mask with it for the trench coat. Yeah. I love that too. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. PJ, anything before we?
No, just an honor to have Dinale here again. And Dinale, you have to come back and give us updates on here and Orville Nation whenever you have updates, please.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Because Tea Telly is a brand too.
And you're always welcome back to Tea Telly for other stuff too.
Yeah.
I know you're very busy. You and George are really working your asses off over there.
Yeah. There's no rest for this author.
And by the way, Georgie boy, action figure for Dinale.
Yeah, no pressure there, but yeah, action figure for Dinale. All right. Well, you know what? That we'll let everybody get on with their evening. It was great to have you. And PJ's right. You are welcome anytime, and happy to have you and update us or just for whatever. Good to have you here, and everybody who's been in the chat, making our guest welcome. And for those who haven't met him, there you go. And I'm not sure. I don't know if I have anything else. What do I have? You've got Sunday. You have anything else for the
Zen
week?
and Tuesday? A Zen and now and Zen? A Zen and now?
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that on Tuesday. And Jessica and Mike coming on next Friday. Jessica, Mike from that do the review for the Orville on the Roddenberry. And oh my gosh, if I don't have a calendar in front of me, I forget everything.
That's next Friday.
That's next Friday. Yes.
Yep. And I would be remiss to say Happy Veterans Day, especially when my character is a former military soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you for reminding us, Denali, here in the States, and also the wine and the Winey Wednesdays.
Yeah, I've got another one coming up with Cindy giving us a nice sample of the next wine coming out. She's been very excited about doing this because she's out right now learning a bunch of stuff about wine. As a matter of fact, I think she's probably even getting ahead to France. So I'm excited to see what's come from there. A lot of great stuff coming from that. Some cooking stuff coming up. And so I'm excited. Yes, Tea Telly is getting busy too. I'm excited about that. And thank you, PJ, for making that happen. So I will let you all enjoy your evening because, my stomach's like, hello, food. Make sure you stop by the immortalmask.com. Grab yourself some copies. Are you signing any?
That's a good question.
It's being distributed, so I won't be able to sign them.
Not unless they get them and send them.
Yeah.
Very important question. Will you be exhibiting at any convention in the near future?
We'll see how they are. I mean, different convention has different rules, and it's always about timing. Like I said, I still have that pesky thing called a full-time job that, that I have to pay the bills. But hopefully,
there's always that.
Hopefully, if this takes off, then I'll have more free time to do conventions around and do a circuit. So,
awesome.
Sounds great. Well, thank you. Thank you so much again for stopping by. And unless you have anything else, Mr. PJ, I think we'll...
I just want to see. I still want to go to a convention and go to Denali's table and see that I can't see Denali's face because he's wearing the mask. I want to see him signing autographs wearing the mask.
I know, right? That's what I was picturing too. So awesome. Well, thank you so much again. And everybody, I want you to go out and be fabulous. Be good to each other and to animals. And thank you so much for being here with us tonight. Appreciate it.
We appreciate all of you. Thank you.